Hey, how you fellas doing?
Hey, we good. We good.
Yeah, I'm new, Mark, man. I've been around for a while, but it's the first time I actually caught up with you guys on the live. I like what you do. And I do want to talk about the elephant in the room, though, and I haven't heard anyone bring this up, but I've been monitoring this situation.
All
Have you
right.
all noticed that not once an opposing offensive line has been called for holding against our pass rush?
Mm.
Are
Wait,
you
what?
right about that?
In 4
Not
games,
once.
there's
Not
not
what?
been one holding call against the opposing offensive line against our pass rush.
I think
I'm
Nebraska might.
seeing holding. I'm seeing holding, but I'm not seeing it against our pass rush.
Yeah, they call holding on the receiver on Travis, but on the
Right.
lines
They
in the
call it on
safeties,
defensive backs
they not. Yeah, they
and
not holding.
linebackers on the defense. But I'm saying you're looking at this pass rush, and I'm seeing the holding because I'm going back and watching the highlights, and I'm seeing a few no calls on passing plays, even on the so-called Hail Mary, when the receivers was slammed to the ground, there was no flag, right? Now maybe they wasn't going to do that on the last play anyway. But I'm seeing out pass rush. The thought is they're not getting to the quarterback, but I'm going, man, they're grabbing right up under their pads on the left and the right side, and they're holding the guys. And there have been occasions when Colorado's O line has held and they did not call it. So that's happening every game I'm watching, throughout the country. But what I've noticed is there's not been one offensive holding call against the offensive lineman against this defense this season. But in
That
every
was
game, they've been called that way. And in every other game I've watched, Michigan, USC, anything, both teams, O-line, got at least 2 offensive holding calls in the game.
Or our guy trying to get off the block by turning, twisting, make it
I'm saying
obvious.
that this is shaping up to be a statistical impossibility. That pro or college, every game I'm watching, I'm seeing offensive holding calls on both teams, but I'm not seeing it on any opponent of Colorado.
You got to go back and watch the tape.
That's interesting.
Man, I never noticed that, bro.
So
Be honest,
start
I never
paying. So
noticed.
I'm bringing it to your attention because if I see this in this upcoming game, then this team's going to run so much. I don't know how much of an opportunity we're going to see on that.
All right.
And I do now. I'm referring specifically to when they're dropping back for passing, because we're seeing quarterbacks escape, and we're seeing a couple of times that the quarterback is just elusive. But a couple of times I'm like, man, the ref standing right there. He didn't see that guy hold him as he was trying to reach for that quarterback before he escaped. So I don't know what to make of it just yet, but it's looking suspicious to me now after 4 games.
Yeah, I'll keep my eye on that. I haven't paid any attention, but this week I was watching, and now you got it on my mind. I will talk about it.
And let me make a
that's an
suggestion.
interesting point.
Because, everyone talked about Travis in the first game being slammed to the ground and still catching the ball. There's no flag. And so we see that, but I've seen that on both teams, right? I'm seeing in college and pro, I'm seeing receivers push off and they're not calling it. And I'm seeing a lot more contact downfield and they're not calling it both ways. So I didn't really think anything of with the Travis situation. I saw it, but I noticed, but our defensive backs are getting away with stuff too. But I'm noticing specifically on that offensive line, I'm like, this ain't looking right. So I'm just bringing it to your attention so you can monitor. But if you go back and just watch some of the highlight of the past couple of games, as they show you, just check it out, man. You'll see holding if you pay attention to the line. You'll see holding on our defense, and you'll see that there's no flags coming out.
All right, we'll check it out. Sure.
Because I'll leave it with this thought. If you go back and look at the backgrounds of these pass rushers at other universities, the fact that they have so few of them right now is not adding up.
Now, I was looking at this the other day. I feel like something going on with the Kansas City Chiefs. Every game, the Kansas City Chiefs, it's a pass interference that goes their way or a pass interference that goes against the other team. Like against the Falcons the other day, it was a no-call pass interference, but it went for Kansas City. In the Super Bowl, same thing. The first game they played, it was the same thing. Like I keep seeing this in the fourth quarter with Kansas City, where they're not calling the pass interference, or they are calling the pass interference if it's going against the other team. So you got a point.
Well, I'm here in Baltimore, and so we saw that 4 times in the AFC Championship game. That's not the only reason we lost the game. I'm not saying that, but yeah, I've noticed that pattern too. But like I said, though, I kind of see that kind of go a little bit both ways in a lot of games. So I'll pay a close attention to Kansas City, though.
Yeah.
Because a buddy of mine had this conversation with him. His conclusion was they just trying to promote more offense. That's why they're not calling certain things when it relates to receivers or the pass interference thing, because they're just trying to slant the league towards scoring. I said, well, okay, that may make sense. But Kansas City in particular is a sore spot for me because, the way we lost that game, but we lost because we didn't run, not because of they didn't call pass interference a few times. So, but I'll pay attention to that. I didn't see that most recent game you just referenced.
Yeah. Now, but I will say this too. I'm trying to replay the plays in my mind. I don't remember any instances where I was just like holding. I don't remember seeing that where our guy was getting held. And they didn't.
Okay, that's fair. But I'm just going to say again, in 4 games, there's not been one holding call.
I think
Against the offensive
92
line.
might have got one, though.
Huh?
I think 92 might have got one against Colorado State.
I think so.
Was that on a run play or a passing play?
I don't remember, but I got to go back and look. But damn, the brain is like trying to figure it out right now. It's like, all right, put me in the spot. But like, all right,
Man, you
did
just
we
making
or
that up,
did we
man. You
not?
don't know. Just making
Well,
that
like I
up.
said, just keep an eye on it, because if we get to game 6, I'm actually going to send some emails to a lot of the local press up there that covers the game, because the coaching staff can't put this out there, but some of the people who write editorials and things on the team, I'm actually going to go ahead and like maybe even start a little thread on some social media. But I really want to start highlighting this because this actually goes back to last year with me. I don't recall seeing it, but I didn't pay too much attention to it. Because of that, though, this year I started observing it more closely, and I'm like, I'll be damned. Not one holding call against BJ Green? Are you kidding me? Nah. No. And he don't have one sack all season? I'm not buying it.
Yeah. And I noticed
that
press conference for the Atlanta game, one of the press people, they asked the coach about it, like, how did he feel about the pass interference or whatever. He was like, look, I like my checks from Arthur Blanks. And what? He was like, look, I'm not speaking on the officials. So Coach Prime, they can't speak on the officials. They can't really say anything or they're going to get fined.
Right. Yeah. That's why I'm going to contact the local press up there.
Yeah.
But I think all the schools could send like reports to the conference.
With anything with
after the
Prime
game,
is going to come out bad.
Yeah, bro. I was leave it alone, man. The hate gonna be ridiculous. Now we're cheating. Now trying to lobby the ref to make calls. It's gonna be headlines now. Coach Prime and the
So that's why
Buffalo.
I need someone like a Brian Howell, those type of people, to go. Because I'm at this stage. If I had the resources, I would I would run a check. I would get a staff of people just out of curiosity to say, okay, it's 100 and something Division I schools. Let's see if there's any other school that at this point has not had one holding call called against the opposing O line in 4 games.
Hey, bro, that might be your niche.
This is the only school.
Hey, bro, start a channel that might be your niche right there. That might be your niche. Bring it to light.
Well, like I said, we'll give it. This game is going to be tough because this team runs like 80% of the time. It seems like so. This might not reveal too much. But yeah, I just wanted to bring it to you all's attention so that perhaps in the future we catch up and we review notes with each other and say, "Hey, man, did you notice that too, or whatever?"
Yeah, because we did notice like how the recruit just flipped from Penn State. Now all of a sudden he a 3-star. So he was a 4-star. Now he a 3-star. So that's happened multiple times.
Somebody said context.
So we know that.
Yeah, the higher ups don't like Prime, man, so they gonna mess with him.
Or even Coach Berry said.
Oh,
Yeah, I noticed
They
that
come with the
too.
refs. You gotta think the refs know they ref in some of the most watched games of the year. Colorado really looked at it as a ranked team without being ranked. They get most of the eyeball. The games are prime time. People watching them. They're really like a ranked team that ain't ranked. Basically.